Hi guys, this is Willow. She's my puppy. She's probably gonna ditch me about halfway through this video, but I thought I'd introduce you. Anyway, today is about never settling for something that doesn't make you happy. For a very long time, I believed that I had to take what I was given and run with it. I took crappy jobs because I figured there was nothing better, and that someone always had it much harder than me. I put up with shitty people because I was afraid that I'd never find anyone else half as willing to put up with my shit, and being with them was better than being alone, which is not true, by the way. I even spent 4 years completing ridiculous tasks in order to get into college, which, by the by, still wasn't enough to get me where I wanted to be. And in the end, I can honestly say not a minute of unhappiness was worth it. Okay, some of those tasks actually did help me become who I am today, but the jobs, the people, hell no. The only thing that they did for me was teach me that there's a lot of fixing to do in today's society and that I deserve so much more than what I've been given. Really, any person deserves to be happy in their work environment, to love and feel loved by the people in their life, and to have purpose and interest in everything they choose to do. And I didn't realize how much bullshit I was putting up with until I started working at my new job. Just to catch you up, I have had 3 jobs in my lifetime. I worked at a Mediterranean restaurant for 1 year as a hostess, and then another year as a waitress, at a fast food chain for 3 months, and now I am at another restaurant as a server. Let's see. I've been at this new job for, like a week? And it already rocks harder than any other job I've ever had. No, sorry, scratch that. It's a dream compared to those 2 nightmares. For the last 3 years, I've been taught that everything is on me and me alone. Or at least, that's what I believed. When I was hostessing and my manager was feeling too lazy to do his job, it was my responsibility to take over and do everything for him. Or when I made a mistake first starting out and a customer walked out without paying, I was the one who had to cover the bill. When I was serving and I got too overwhelmed, my coworkers didn't help, but rather took my tables and told me I was too slow. And when I stopped getting scheduled, friends told me it was because my manager was talking shit about me and saying I didn't move fast enough, even though I worked my ass off every single night, never once made a mistake with an order. Oh, but that's nothing compared to my last job. Talk about disaster. Management was exactly that. A boys and girls club for those who stopped trying at 18. They would click up each and every day and talk about the employees in a tiny office in the back. Those who quit due to the insane amount of child labor laws being broken received the worst of it, a group of actual adults sitting in the back and trash-talking a 16-year-old with big dreams. But as if the act alone wasn't enough, they would take time to do all this while everyone else was working their tails off up front, completely lost on how to handle things without a single manager in sight. The final straw for me was when one of my managers asked me to do something while I was dead ass in the middle of taking an order. And I didn't respond because I didn't hear it, naturally, because I was in the middle of taking an order. Don't get me wrong, she was perfectly capable of doing this quick and easy task. However, she was lazy and always ready to dump her work on the less fortunate. About 10 minutes later, she started yelling at me, telling me that I need to drop everything and do as I am told when she tells me to do it. A couple hours later, I was talking to a coworker about a funny customer moment, and my manager asked what we were laughing about. Obviously, I was still hella salty, and so I said nothing and allowed my coworker to explain. Well, turns out that the very next day, they had a manager's meeting, and that my manager got up and told everyone in the room that I was insubordinate and difficult with a bad attitude. And later that day, another manager pulled me off to the side and told me that I needed to do what I was told when I was told to do it. And when I tried to explain that I was in the middle of taking someone's order, he dismissed me completely, saying that he understood that because I am a woman, I tend to get emotional easier, and that next time I need to go in the back, take a breath before acting. Ah, yes. Fun times. However, at this new job, and you won't believe this, helpful. Every question I've had, every doubt I've held, they have taken time out of their busy shift to help me figure it out. Each and every one of them have introduced themselves to me and have tried to include me in every conversation they have. They are constantly telling me how well I'm doing and showering me with compliments, taking on the cutest look of pleasant surprise and pride when they talk about me to my manager. They walk me through things thoroughly, taking the time and patience to explain them to me, and they do it with much enthusiasm, encouragement, and understanding. The other day, I messed up an order on accident, and my manager just straight up gave it to my table on the house, no questions asked. She didn't scold me, nor was she the slightest bit upset. She simply waved her hand like it happened all the time and said no worries, as my trainer reassured me that even she makes mistakes after five years of working there. I know that all jobs start off great in the beginning and then show people's true colors over time, but even my first week at both my other jobs were not half as amazing as this one. Excuse me, ma'am, I cannot see. For the first time in my life, I'm actually worth something at my place of work, which is something I have never been able to say before. Any hoodles. The point, yes, I understand that people are often put in tough positions in which they cannot escape from. However, if you do have the chance to look for something better, do it. Don't worry about the judgments you might receive or the people you might make upset along the way. The bottom line is that you deserve to be happy in everything you do. And you can't be happy if you're around things and people out there who genuinely don't give a shit about your happiness. And trust me, there are things and people out there who genuinely do care about you. So if you're not satisfied, don't settle for less. Or tell yourself that you aren't worth it. Because, and I say this with all the truth in my heart, you are worth it. 100%. Now, the only thing you need to be happy is for you to believe it. I love you, and I hope that all your endeavors bring you peace and smiles. Thank you for listening.